call this meeting of the Waterworks and Lighting Commission to order on this Wednesday, November 9th. First order of business is approval, additions, or corrections to the minutes of the following meeting. We had a regular commission meeting held October 12th. Any questions on the minutes? If not, I'd entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
We have a motion to approve. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay. Go ahead, Jeff.
Sure.
A motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We have no action items this month. Department updates, Safety Committee. Any questions on the Safety Committee notes? Seeing none, line superintendent report. Josh, your last line near the calls for other were for communication lines down or low. What does that mean?
So dispatch will call us when there's a line low. They don't know the difference between power and cable TV or telephone.
Okay, oh, I see, okay, so just physically it was
Yeah.
a low line, okay.
So if you guys get sent out to it, do you fix it or call whoever?
Cut it down usually.
You're serious?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if it's a hazard, we just cut it down.
Yeah, you know, if a car catches it, it'll take the whole pole with
Yeah,
it.
it'll break
so-
our stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, so it's easier. to
Right,
just
wherever
cut
it's
it.
attached on the other end, we'll take it with it.
Yeah.
so when you say a low line, how low you're talking?
I mean, there's supposed to be like 15, 16 feet communications lines there, so maybe they're 10 feet, you know. So,
Okay.
I mean, somebody set them all the time.
Okay, okay. Other questions? Then the water department report. Did the contractor have any bonus clauses or anything for being done early? Or just was that, the weather was probably pretty good?
No, it's just worked out well, they've done early.
Yeah. And it's all of the, I don't know what you call it, all the remediation for all the spots done too?
It's to their advantage to finish early anyway.
Yeah, it's getting cold, they didn't like the cold weather either, so,
They move faster.
yeah.
The customer support supervisors report. Lynn's not here, so I assume.
I can answer any questions you might have.
Apparently, we're not getting the pie chart anymore.
She had so much information on the back, she felt there wasn't enough room. Didn't want to go to a third page, so she just put it in words this month. Pie chart will be back next month.
And that 10% penalty, is that normal? I don't.
That's by statute.
Okay.
We have to apply that 10% penalty, and then on November 16th is when we'll send it over to municipalities to place on the tax roll.
Anything else on the customer service report?
See, she always lists, letters sent to new customers. Are they actually new customers or ones that relocated?
They would be new customers, so we kind of keep track. We have a customer number and an account number, so if you're a new customer, you get a new account, a new
Okay.
customer number, and that's who she sends the welcome
Okay,
letters to.
good.
Director of Finance report. Great to see that we're gonna have snow removal, huh?
It was good, yes, it was really good to get a bid in that kind of met our needs and within the time frame and the amount we're hoping for.
And in the discussions, was there some rationale why they didn't, I assume they didn't bid initially. right?
They did bid initially. I'm not sure if they were ones that were on the initial list or we found them afterwards.
I think these were somebody found afterwards, we didn't have much of a response, we reached out further.
Okay.
Something that worked on the website or whatever, people we may have known, contact wise, reached out to them, so.
Can you say who the firm is or not?
It's Old Time Home,
Old time lawn care.
Old Time Lawn Care. So they're
I haven't heard of that one either.
located here in Rapids, so, local company. And it's nice that they're going to be able to start December 1st, so there's no lapse in service.
Right.
They've been around for, I would say more than that, probably, I would say at least 15 years, so they've been around for a while, so.
A lot of times companies grab these contracts just to get going, and
Yeah.
they find out they can't handle it.
It looks like, yeah, it looks like they had some good references and they've been around for a while, so we're pretty comfortable giving them the bid.
Good.
So it's good to be in the black, right?
Sounds good to be in the black.
I see that some of the current or the most recent notes are getting up there.
Yeah, interest rates are finally coming back around. Yeah, some of them we purchased in September are 3/4 up to 5%, so it's good to have a little bit better returns than we had in the past.
Well, we're painted on the outgoing, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Information systems report. Now, Matt, what are the cameras for exactly?
They're just security cameras, they watch the gate entrances
Okay,
and
okay.
the shacks.
Okay. The conservation manager report. Is Renaissance, is that the one that's on Pepper?
Yes.
Okay. The HVAC questions, was that like for COVID or something, that they're running the fans all the time on high or something?
No, their kitchen area, their industrial stoves are quite large, and that flame needs to stay lit, and so they're running that exhaust fan all the time. And it's quite a load that they're running 24/7, so with possibly, putting a sensor on there is gonna eliminate, it'll only sense it, and it'll only run 2-3 hours during the day when it needs to. So, that was a huge problem.
Anything else there? Electrical engineers report. So Tyler, how could the oil test better than new?
They said that they gave me kind of a baseline of what a new oil would test at,
Yeah.
and then after they filtered it out, they said it tested almost better than new. So that's a pretty good sign.
It is.
Yeah. Director of Engineering and Electric Operations report. Might be time sometime in the future for us to visit some of the substations and see, you know, if you're talking about all the different things, but it'd be good to have some.
Yeah, I would love to show you guys around if, we haven't done that in
Yeah.
a lot of years, so that'd be a great thing to take you out, you know, Bakersfield especially, I mean, we almost doubled the size of that in 2020, so it'd be nice to show you that, so.
Are you familiar with any, or if there's any in our region or area, energy supply companies, ESCOs? Are there any that are operating around here?
I don't have any, I can look into that for you, Rick, and see, but,
There was just, we were just at a mid-state conference, and there was a energy supply company called Noresco who was basically communicating their value proposition where they go into a college, in this case, and will take a look at their boilers, their chillers, and everything like that, and actually, they'll fund the capital for these projects, and then get, you know, based on the energy savings or whatever, that's how they're taking their cut, and they had a couple different, you know, arrangements on how they would do that. And then it just made me think, I didn't know if there's any around here.
Sean,
that
you
are
probably would know
active.
more.
Actually, I just have been dealing with, it's a company called Clockworks, and Wisconsin Rapids Public Schools are working with them, and I've had 2 meetings with them. In fact, today I just got off the phone with them, something very similar
Similar
to
to
that. And that is gonna be scheduled in the making at Lincoln High School here in the next few weeks. So we will have to perform an outage there while school isn't in session. And what they'll do is they'll find demand times, and they will help them save on their electricity. So I volunteered to kind of partner and help them look up low profile data. So, yeah.
And their name again is
That company is called Clockworks.
Clockworks?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think we're talking about the same.
The same
two
type of,
things.
I wasn't familiar with that term or type of company or whatever.
And they're really, their focus is on the schools.
Okay.
You know, that's their main focus, so it's gonna happen over here at Lincoln.
General Manager's report. Jay, can you share who the nay vote was?
For the budget?
Yeah.
I can't if I could remember, I think it was.
Well, it's probably on public access,
Yeah.
right?
Yep, I don't remember, I think I know who it was, but,
Okay.
yeah.
Were there some concerns mentioned with the budget review?
I think the 2 concerns that they brought out was they didn't feel they had the budget in a timely fashion, which.
One earlier than what it would have been.
Well, it's just when the city's finance director gave it to the council.
Oh, okay.
And then they were just questioning the number we used as a placeholder for raises for 2023
Oh, okay.
versus what the city has planned. And we kind of explained the process to them and how that'll work. Those are about the major concerns that they had.
I did point out to the group that the budget was done a month earlier in a public meeting, and it was noticed, and the budget was available, so wasn't like anybody was
Yeah.
dumping anything on them last minute. It is a big budget, and
It takes a while to go through that. And then for people that aren't familiar with how our budget is, they're going to have some questions. Okay.
Then accounts payable. We've talked about this before, this paint West Grand streetlights.
Yeah, so that was approximately 60 lights on West Grand between the Expressway and 25th Avenue. Those were the lights that were purchased prior to me starting
Yeah.
14 years ago. They were made out of cast iron. At the time, there was no lighting spec, and so the cheapest bidder got the job. And so when they redid West Grand, they pretty much got junk is what they got. And they've been rusting through for the last, 16 years or so. But we brought in a professional painter this time. They said they used a better product because in the past we would paint them and within 3 or 4 years they were all rusted. So hopefully this time they'll last a little longer. The other thing is that they were rusting out so bad on the bottom that we actually welded a piece of metal to the bottom base just so that they basically wouldn't rust through and tip over. And the total cost was a little over $70,000, but that was still much cheaper than trying to put all new lighting in, so.
Who welded the bases?
So it was a subcontractor
To
to
the
Van
painter?
Esten Painting. He was
Okay.
out of the Wausau area, but I don't know what his name was.
But it was run through the painting contractor?
Yeah, and so it was kind of nice because he came on site and looked everything over, and then he had a plan, and he came out with, and did just one with all of us watching, and then we decided that, he ended up welding like, I think it was about a 4-inch piece on the first one, and we said, if you went 8 inches, then you, because some were worse than others, so we had a varying pieces. If we do 8 inches on all of them, then they'd all look the same, so that's what we ended up doing.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Any other questions on accounts payable? Seeing none, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
There's a motion, is there a second?
Go for it, Jeff.
I'll second.